Hey guys, Silverlord here, back in with Throwback Thursdays, episode 2, number 2, whatever you want to call it. Maybe not number 2, because that's gross. But today, I'm going to be taking a look at the Hasbro Transformers Beast Wars Ultra Class Megatron. And Megatron, I actually got last year, whereas the Optimus Primal I looked at a couple of weeks ago. I got a couple of years ago. This guy I got last year. I actually had to buy 2 of them. I'll get into that when we talk about the robot mode, particularly the battle mask on the head. But yes, this is my second Beast Wars figure that I'm going to be taking a look at. I would actually like to pick up Scorponok, but he's kind of expensive. So I don't know if that's going to be happening anytime soon anyways, but I digress. So Megatron here is big purple T-Rex, not named Barney, by the way. Wrong purple T-Rex. Although he was more of a pinkish purple, right? So yeah, he's pretty tall. I will say though, I think Optimus Primal is the better of the 2 toys, hands down. But he's got some action features. First of which is this chomping jaw. So yeah, you can open and close his mouth. And then he's got this water gun lodged in his throat. Moving him over a little bit. And the idea with this is you would fill it with water, pull the little cap out, and then water would shoot out the tongue. Unfortunately, since the cap is made out of kind of a soft, rubbery material, it degrades very easily. So yeah, you're not gonna get a lot of playtime out of that, unfortunately. And I will say, this thing can be easier said than done to get back into his throat. There we go. Really gotta push up on it. Even then, it doesn't like to stay. Sometimes. Sometimes. You can see it's just... There we go. And then, he's got these little thigh blasters that pull out and rotate around, and they shoot missiles, because the 90s, everything shot missiles. And here's what the missiles look like. Just some crazy looking anchor things. Nothing crazy, but he does have 2. And I didn't have to look for them. But you can rotate these back up and push them in. They are a chore to pull out, so I decided to do that before I hit the record button to save you guys a little bit of time. And other than that, his arms do move up and down, and he does have a little bit of movement in the legs and in the feet, but really he's just going to be standing like this, or else he's going to be eating shit a lot because he does not like to stand at all. So with that being said, speaking of which, here he is next to Optimus Primal. Again, the far superior of the 2 toys, I think. I will say Megatron's Beast Mode is a little bit more show accurate, but that's not hard to do. Optimus Primal is a little smaller in this mode, but it's about the same height in robot mode. So, speaking of which, let's get into the transformation. So the first thing you want to do is fold these arms up, or else they are going to be a pain in the butt and get in the way all the time. Next thing you want to do, tear his back open. Kind of a reverse tauntaun situation. Then you just want to yank out all of his torso. All of it. All of it. And then, let's see here. You want to swivel it around, like so. There we go. You want to rotate his legs down. As you can tell, they are on nice, squeaky but tight ratchet joints. You can rotate these around however you want. The little hip cannons do fold up there. sure I pushed them both down. I believe I did. Next thing you want to do is flip the head up. It will snap into place. Usually get 2 snaps. I only got 1 that time. Let's try that again. There we go. You want to fold this flap back and snap his torso into place like so. Like so. And then you can bring the dino head down. As for this crazy tail arm, which I'm going to tell you right now, this thing is going to be a giant pain in the toot. I will say his torso... there we go. Now it's locked in. Doesn't lock in very tight, though. I figured it would snap more than anything, but it doesn't really... At least not on this one. It doesn't really snap into place. Though I could be doing something wrong. I'm just going to leave it. It's staying for the most part. As for the tail, excuse me, you want to pull it out and swivel it around. There is more to that, but we'll get into that shortly. You know what? Maybe the torso folds in like this, and then these snap in on the side. You know what? That's a little bit tighter, so I'm going to go with that. He's got these little tabs on the torso here and here, and his torso seems to be a little tighter that way, so we're going to go with that. And then he's got some heel spurs, which you just pull out. Nothing too crazy. I will say you don't want to break the dino claw off the back of the foot, but it is made out of some pretty solid stuff, so that shouldn't be an issue. But there you go. There is Megatron in his robot mode. And it's cool. I don't think it's as good as Primal's, though. I think Primal is, again, the better toy. He does have a couple of features in this mode. Of course, he's got the thigh cannons. He's got the dino head and whatnot. But he does have the battle mask, which I did talk about briefly. And what you want to do is you want to take it and you can open it like this. And it's supposed to stay open. I don't open it all the way because the first one of these I got, the battle mask was broken on this side. This side in particular. But you can see he's got a little kind of G1 with a purple face style Megatron head in there. So that's kind of funny. But I like to leave it closed. I don't think it really does it any favors. Being open or closed, I think the show accurate head sculpt release of this figure is the better one, but I digress. So before we get into the other gimmick, which is this crazy tail, let's talk about the articulation. His head is on a ball joint. Not enough clearance to snap his neck and kill him, but, you know, moves around just fine. His shoulders move out to the side. They do rotate around on some tight ratchets. His arm does have a hinge in the elbow, so that's cool. His waist rotates. His hips move forward and back. His hips also move out. You gotta move these down. Do that though. You can move these out. Very nice tight ratchets on those. He's got a hinge in the knee, as well as some rotation. He can't kick his own ass or punch himself in his own face. I'm gonna just debunk that right now. He doesn't have enough clearance for that. But he does have a toe hinge. So that's nice. If you're into that sort of thing. Now, as for this tail arm, it's got the same kind of shoulder articulation. It's got the bicep swollen. I think it's even got a hinge somewhere down here. But the deal with this is that you untab these side bits from the center here, and you extend this out, and then close this up. And then what you're supposed to be able to do is it's supposed to be like a grabby claw. Which, on paper is fine, but the execution's not the best. You really gotta push down on the lever here, and that's no fun. So I personally like to leave it folded up. Because that's just easier. Most of the time, blah, 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 it stays folded up. So that's nice. But comparing him to Primal, who I'm going to transform quick, because he is quick to transform if you watched the Primal review from 2 weeks ago. But yeah, I'm going to say right now, I think Primal has a lot more going for him. He has a lot more weapons. He's got a lot more fun action features. This guy's cool, but he's just not holding a candle to Primal, I don't think. I do think, however, the Scorpnot figure is quite nice. I believe he's an Ultra Class 2, if I'm not mistaken. He was one of the bigger ones. Anyways. Bringing the monkey head down. Flipping the face around. Snapping it into place. And then taking his crazy vampire head. Getting that out of the way. Flip up his ears. There we go. And a little update from my Optimus Primal review. I forgot to say he's got crazy elbow joints. Oh, you can bend his elbow past 90. Can he? Holy shit, he can totally punch himself in his own face. That's making up for a lackluster review of this Megatron here. So, yeah, but here is Primal next to Megatron. I think Primal is actually a little tiny bit taller, if I'm not mistaken. There. Yeah, he looks slightly taller. So that's funny. Oh, let's move this arm in so we can actually get him on screen. There. So there you go. He's next to Primal. And then get this out the way. I will say he's got tons of back kibble, but that's actually how he looked in the show as well, so that's not too bad. I will say the new Kingdom release of this guy that Hasbro's doing next year looks way better than this, but it's kind of supposed to. But other size comparisons here he is next to Brother Mandibulus. And if I can find him, there he is. Spawn. Which hopefully by now we got a shipping notification for that new Spawn from Kickstarter, but I have a little bit more confidence in old Todd McFarlane than some people, so whatever. But yeah, that's Megatron in a nutshell. So final thoughts as I transform him back into his robot mode. It's a cool figure. It's not the best though. There's way better figures in this line than this Megatron, and this tail is going to be prime evidence of that as we get him back into his dino mode. Yeah, just lots of stuff just getting in the way with this guy. Does he have a thigh cut? No, he doesn't. I thought he did for a second there. Felt like it. But yeah, I would say if you're going to pick up two figures from Beast Wars, it's ideal to pick up Primal and this guy. Just because they're the main kind of characters. I mean, that's how it always is, isn't it? It's usually Prime and Megatron, or some Prime and someone like Megatron, always duking it out for something. It's always something. They're like the old married couple that always argues, but their battles always end up with laser cannons being fired. But I digress. So getting this rotated around and back into the torso is not fun at all. There we go. I managed to somehow do it. I will say, this does not like to fold up. This does not like to fold up. Like, everything is just in the way. And that's no fun. Nobody likes to have no fun when they monkey in with toys. Yeah, this thing does not want to... Oh, wait, maybe that's why. I don't know, it's on the slider, but it doesn't want to... Now it doesn't want to slide in. Yesterday it was at least doing that. Yeah, this is not... This whole jumbled mess here is not fun to deal with. Maybe his hips aren't forward enough. Just trying to get this seated in there is not... There we go. It was stuck. It was not budging for a second there. But you can pull these up. Attempt to lock them in. This piece is easy enough. Just fold up, get out the way. The dino head is not hinged down enough. It's supposed to go something like this, I think. Yeah. Push this down. You know, when am I ever gonna learn? It's not just gonna be a simple there's always something in the way, isn't there? What's in the way now? Something is in the way of this. I don't know what it is. Oh, it was his head. That figures. Well, this took a little bit less than it did the other times I attempted to record this part of the video. So, I guess that's good. I don't know. It's still a train wreck. Flip those around. Hopefully this isn't 20 minutes. If it is, I sincerely apologize. But it's this figure's fault for having so much bullshit. Alrighty. There he is, back in his beast mode. Final thoughts. If you're into Beast Wars, you obviously got to pick this guy up. He's essential. If you're going to get two, this guy and Prime are the essential ones to get. But I'm going to tell you right now, this guy's a pain in the ass to transform. Just because there's so much in the way. But, yeah, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this week's edition of Throwback Thursdays. I got a few more reviews coming your way for Christmas, and then my top 10 week. Yes, the week after Christmas is going to be all top 10s. Possibly even the week of Christmas, depending on what I get to review. So, with that being said, or if I get anything to review. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know whenever I upload more content like this to the channel. And don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this figure and if yours is a pain in the ass to transform as well. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.